My meal prep this week was the sheet pan teriyaki chicken and vegetables. I found myself looking forward to lunch every day because of how good this meal ended up being. The majority of cooking for this one is done on sheet pans in the oven, so it doesn't require too much babysitting. And how can you not love a recipe like that? Each serving of this meal will have about 550 calories with 44 grams of protein. You should be able to easily whip this one up in under an hour. Here is how I made it. To start out, get your rice going first. You're going to need 3 3/4 cups or about 562 grams of cooked rice. 1 cup of dry rice will make about 2.5 cups of cooked rice depending on the cooking method and type of rice that you use. I always just make extra because I like having rice in the fridge. Moving right along, let's get to our chicken thighs. You'll need 2 pounds or 908 grams of boneless, skinless chicken thighs. Add these to a bowl and then pour in 1 tablespoon or 15 grams of oil, 1 tablespoon or 15 grams of soy sauce, 2 teaspoons or 6 grams of garlic powder, and then about a half teaspoon or 1.5 grams of white pepper if you have it. This is optional, but I think it's a nice touch. If you don't have white pepper in your pantry, it's not something you need to buy, but if you have it, you might as well throw it in. Then toss around those chicken thighs until everything is well coated. Today was one of those days where if I had to touch raw chicken with my bare hands, it was going to completely overstimulate me. So I went into my closet where I keep all my supplies to do at-home surgeries and pulled out this singular latex glove to wear like I'm Michael Jackson. Once that chicken's coated, you can line a sheet pan with foil, and if you have a wire rack, lay that on top, and then spread the chicken out in a singular layer over the wire rack. This will go in a 425 Fahrenheit or 218 Celsius oven on a bottom rack for 25 minutes. And now with that going in the oven, we can move on to our vegetables. You'll need 2 crowns of broccoli, 1 pound or 454 grams, and we're going to cut these into small florets. I try to keep these at a manageable size to where you can still one bite them, but they're not so small that when you cook them, they turn mushy. Up next is 1 medium to large size sweet potato or 300 grams worth. I leave most of the skin on, I just cut away any part that makes me feel funny to look at. For these sweet potatoes, I'm going to cut them a bit larger than I usually do. Probably about a ½ inch wide and 1.5 to 2 inches in length. This will help their texture and flavor to be a bit softer in the final dish, which I think is nice and pairs well with the chicken. Spray a sheet pan with some oil to prevent stickage, add on your sweet potatoes, and then sprinkle over some salt for seasoning and toss these around in the salt and the oil. Place this into the oven on a rack above the chicken for about 10 minutes, and then we'll add the broccoli later. Next up, we can make our teriyaki sauce. Into a small saucepan, add 1/4 cup or 60 grams of soy sauce, 1/4 cup or 60 grams of mirin, 1 tablespoon or 15 grams of white vinegar, 3 tablespoons or 45 grams of water, 2 tablespoons or 24 grams of brown sugar, and then 2 cloves or about 10 grams of grated garlic. You can put this over the heat and whisk everything together and bring it to a light boil. Once it's boiling, you can reduce the heat and allow it to simmer for about 8 to 10 minutes while whisking every once in a while. At some point during this process, your potato timer will go off, and that is your signal to add the broccoli to the sheet pan. Push all the potatoes over to one side of the sheet pan to make room, and then pour out your broccoli onto the free space. Give the broccoli a spray of oil and sprinkle with salt, and toss it around to distribute. For both the sweet potatoes and the broccoli, I used about 1 tablespoon or 15 grams of oil. This is going back into the oven for about 8 to 10 more minutes. Now once your teriyaki sauce has been simmering for about 10 minutes itself, you should start to see it thickening up a bit. A decent indicator of when this is ready to go is when you start to see bubbles forming around the exterior of the pot. It won't be thick because it's still hot, but it should lightly coat a spoon after grabbing a spoonful and pouring it out. Alright, now set this aside until you're ready for it when the chicken is done. I took my sweet potatoes and broccoli out of the oven at 18 minutes for the sweet potatoes and 8 minutes for the broccoli. My chicken finished up right around this same time, and it was in the oven for 25 minutes. The next step is to slice up all the chicken. We're going to cut it up, dress it with a bit of sauce, and then return it to the oven on broil to help get more browning. So grab a cutting board and get to slicing. I did mine into long strips because that's what they did at the teriyaki place I used to frequent when I lived in Seattle. You can do whatever shape you want. It's not going to bother me. Return all that cut chicken to the sheet pan, and then you're going to drizzle over about 2/3 to 3/4 of the teriyaki sauce. Mix it all together so that the chicken is coated with the sauce, and then return this to the oven on broil for about 5 to 8 minutes or until you achieve optimal browning. A couple of things that are important to note about broiling. The closer it is to the flame, the quicker it's going to burn. So if you have it on the top rack, you need to keep a close eye on it. I find that if you leave the oven door slightly ajar, it will help you smell when things are getting too hot in there, and you can pull it out and start stirring things around. Once you have a decent bit of browning going, you can give it a taste test and adjust the flavor with salt as needed. When you're happy with the flavor, it's ready to plate. This recipe will make you 5 servings, so lay out 5 meal prep containers and divide the ingredients evenly between the 5. Each dish will get 3/4 of a cup or about 112 grams of cooked rice, and then the remaining ingredients can be split evenly between the 5. Once everything's all nestled in the trays, you can take that remaining teriyaki sauce and drizzle it over the chicken. You can see here in this shot that once that teriyaki sauce cools, it will thicken up even farther. Optionally, if you want to make it look nice, you can sprinkle over some sesame seeds, but this is purely for aesthetics. So each serving of this sheet pan teriyaki chicken and vegetables will have about 550 calories with 44 grams of protein. This one was truly a joy to eat over the course of the week. I ate 2 of them on the first day because they were so good. Once they've cooled down, you can put on the lids and move them into the fridge where they will last for up to 5 days. The full written version of this recipe is now available in my app, TMPMHQ. Now from the recipe in the app, you can make it as written, or if you want it to have more calories, more protein, or less calories, you can move the adjuster and it will automatically update the ingredients for you. If you're not a member yet, you can join on my website, mealprepmanual.com. Also, I should note, since the last time we spoke, the Android version is now live in the Google Play Store. So if you're an Android user and a member on my website, go download the app now. I'll also link to the recipe on my regular website, but the app is more fun, so you should use that. Okay, bye.